Hello Virgo, welcome to July 2018. Thanks you guys so much for being here. I'm so excited to share my location with you. I'm in Montenegro, in Kotor, Montenegro, and it is a very beautiful place, and I'm so thrilled because I'm feeling very connected here. This part of the world, always I feel very in sync here. So, Mars retrograde in your house, for you, Virgo rising especially, in the 6th house, Mars retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. Look, you guys last month were taking this sort of master quality and feeling very, or hopefully you guys were feeling very secure in your path, feeling very sure of where you needed to go and how you needed to get there. You were kind of this observer, this sort of weird voyeur, if you will, of everyone else's behavior. And your maturity and your groundedness is being carried over. I think that's going to continue. You know, this Mars retrograde is going to kind of mess with people. It's going to kind of throw people for a loop. They're going to be acting a little bit rash. They're going to be making big decisions. They're going to be trying to do stuff. And you are just going to kind of be sitting there and saying, okay, you know, if you can do what you want to do, but I'm going to just stay here. I'm just going to keep my life the same. And I'm going to work only on my internal world, because right now my external world doesn't really seem to be so important. And I know that my external world will reflect my alignment. So I'm going to work on my alignment, okay? And that's going to annoy people, I think. I really do. I think people aren't going to handle that very well. And someone is going to try to come back. You know, that's kind of the essence of some of these retrogrades, is it sort of resurfaces things. It resurfaces people that maybe we thought something was over. We thought that offer was off the table. We thought that that person was out of our life forever. Well, surprise, Mars retrograde, here comes someone, you know, or here comes someone familiar, right? Someone that is similar to someone else and the energy is the same. And, you know, we're going to have an opportunity to really rectify that past situation. And you're drifting away. You know, your energy is moving on. You're progressing. You're maturing. And if you were to go back, it could be problematic for your progress. It very well could be. Please take advantage of the upcoming Mercury retrograde in the sign of Leo as well. That's going to be a wonderful time for you to really connect with not only your soul, but also like the cosmos, the universe, right? Because it's going to be Mercury retrograde in the 12th house. We have Neptune in Pisces, and Jupiter in Scorpio is going to be going direct this month as well. So we have this very ethereal quality going on around you, and it's going to benefit you in some ways the most, I would say. That your meditations are going to be extremely powerful, and use that quality, use that energy, because it is a push that you're going to need for the upcoming year in 2019. I'm going to talk about 2019 in my weekly bump this week. I think in 2019 we're going to talk about what's going to be expected at that time, so that we can begin to prepare for it, because I think now is the time we should begin preparing for it. That's what this Mars retrograde is all about. It's about preparation for what's to come. And so meditation now more than ever is more important, okay? So I am going to leave you with that. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next month. Bye. Okay, Virgo, welcome to July. Thanks so much for being here. These two cards fell out, just barely, as I was shuffling. We have the Knight of Cups reversed, and we have the Seven of Wands. I know you're seeing them opposite, but this is how I'm seeing them. So Knight of Cups reversed indicates your energy. And it is kind of a weird time for you, because with Mars retrograde, it's occurring in your 6th house, which I'm sure I'll talk about in the intro. 6th house is your natural house, your naturally ruled house. And it's in an Aquarius and Virgo have a very interesting relationship. Aquarius and Virgo connect very, very well intellectually, but they don't mesh very well unless it's through the mind. Here we're having a cup card, which is of the emotions, of the heart. And I feel as though this month could very possibly be somewhat blah for you, but yet there are still obstacles. It's not the most exciting reading so far. I'm sorry, guys. But the obstacles can be other people. I don't think that you're going to have a lot of energy this month to really go out there and to do a lot of stuff. And of course, it will depend on your own individual natal chart, of course. But in general, it's just going to be kind of a little bit of a lazy month. And you're going to keep doing everything status quo, everything the way it's supposed to be done. And you're going to have to deal with other people's stuff. Other people are going to have something to say, and you are going to maybe need to be a little bit on the defensive, a little bit. Not so much in terms of proving them wrong or kind of, projecting your stuff out there, but just having to kind of defend yourself and being like, okay, you know what, that's their stuff. It really doesn't have anything to do with me. It's just them projecting their stuff onto me. So I just need to stand up for myself, yes, of course, but at the same time, not really let it get to me, because I understand that this Mars retrograde is affecting everyone in different kind of ways, and they're just sort of unconscious of the energies at play. Not to write off bad behavior, but I do just think that people have a lot to say, and people have a lot to project. That's all. They just have a lot to project because they don't really understand what's going on. They don't really understand what they're doing. And you just might be a little bit of a punching bag because you don't really seem to be letting the stress get to you. You don't really seem to be letting the anxiety of others get to you. Like, you're not falling prey to it. I think I said in May, when I was talking about the Uranus transit, maybe this was last month actually, I don't remember when it was exactly. Well, maybe, yeah. How you guys are kind of like the masters now. You're the masters of the zodiac in many ways, but you're kind of just sitting back and letting other people react, but you're not reacting. And your lack of reaction is bothering people. Just playing it cool, playing it safe, not saying anything that you'll regret, not doing anything that you'll regret, and just letting other people make the mistakes. The waters are rocky around you, but no matter what's going on either sides of the scale, the center of the scale or the heart center always remains in balance. So upright or reversed, and no matter where these kind of coins are placed, the center always remains the same. And in a strange way, I think that if you are a mature Virgo and you handle this energy in a mature way, you are the heart center. You seem to be the rocks of the zodiac right now. You can be. You have that power to be. The power to go with the flow. As a mutable quality, that's something you're very good at anyway. Adaptability, you're very agile. So whichever way the wind blows, you can go in that direction, no problem. The waters around you are rough. The emotions are heated. People are frustrated. They are anxious. They are pushing to get things done. They are driven. And just lie in wait. I think I even labeled your reading that a couple months ago. Lie in wait. Watch it. Watch what happens. It becomes almost funny how predictable people can be when you know about the stars. Like, so I do a freelance for one single client. I call him my boss, right? I still have like a regular job too. And every time when there's a Mercury retrograde, without fail, for like the past 3 years since I've been paying attention to it, he goes bananas with Mercury retrograde, like to the T, to the day. It's like everything gets, all the shit gets thrown on the wall. He goes crazy, he gets stressed, he gets frustrated, and then as soon as it's over, everything's fine. You just have to wait it out, the 3 weeks, it's fine, no big deal. Like, you can totally tell when it's happening, right? And in a way, that's how you're sort of operating, is it's kind of laughable how much this energy is affecting people, and how much they don't have control. Because with Uranus in your 9th house, Jupiter in your 3rd house, I mean, these are the teaching and the professor houses. And you are stepping into that role, that axis, 3rd and 9th house axis. You're stepping into that role very naturally and teaching by example. See all the blue that's coming out? It's not by accident. Blue is the color of truth. Blue is the color of the feminine, of the intuition, of the underworld, right? Of the moon. Things are coming your way. Opportunities are brewing. You don't have to go out and get them. They're coming to you. You don't have to be this aggressive Mars warrior right now. Things will come naturally. Any effort that you're exerting to going out and getting something is kind of not worth it. Now is a time for meditation. Now is a time for connecting. We're going to be having a Mercury retrograde in your 12th house. We've got Neptune in your opposite sign, Pisces. So we have 12th house and Pisces energies going on. In a way, Mercury retrograde is similar to Neptune with connectivity. Answers will be given to you to questions that you didn't even know you needed to ask. You will feel inspired at that time. You have a lot of internal stuff going on. So the external stuff, the worldly stuff, is not so incredibly important right now. See, even 7 of Pentacles reversed. It's the worldly stuff doesn't matter. And you could feel stuck at this time because of the Mars retrograde. But you don't have to let it affect you so much. You can choose to feel stuck, or you can choose to feel grounded. Same energy, different way of looking at it. You can choose to feel stable. I think you are going to be faced with some kind of a choice this month. Okay, let's just say this, because of the 2 of coins, 7 of coins, I have to bring it up. I do think that there is some kind of choice or some form of options that are going to be placed before you in some way. However, the more centered you are, the more sure of your truth, not your truth, the truth, the more conscious you are, the more self-aware, the more self-loving you can be. The options and the choices seem to just completely dissolve right before your eyes, because as long as it's aligned with truth and higher consciousness and love and forgiveness and the good things of this universe, then, I mean, that's really the only option. Anything else can fall by the wayside. You can take or not take a new job. Doesn't matter. You can take or not take that phone call. You can take or not take that new romantic option. Doesn't matter. You can explore it. You can see what it's all about. That's fine. I do think people are wanting things from you. They are wanting your attention. They are wanting your insight, your advice. You can give it to the people that ask, but if they don't ask, don't give it. right now, you're coming off a bit weird. You're coming off a bit not normal. Let's say that. For you, it's a good thing. For the spiritual community, it's a good thing. But for everybody else, it makes them uncomfortable. This sort of Zen placement. I have to tell you that I've only done 3 readings, so I'm doing yours, Leo, and Cancer today. And Cancer and Leo both had your card, Knight of Coins, in the center, reversed. And now I'm getting another Knight reversed in the center for the first 3 readings of the month. It's interesting. The reverse of the Knights isn't telling me of the bad qualities of that sign or bad qualities of that archetype, but it's telling me of the lack of movement, the lack of action, the lack of being outside. Now is a time to be inside. Plus, it's freaking hot outside. I guess depending on where you are. See, grounded. There's groundedness for you, for sure. You are stable. And I think I said this last month. You're more stable than you think. So there can be a hurricane on the outside, but if you have a house that's built firmly, your heart center, if it's strong, it's unfazed. Water off a duck's back. There's a home quality here as well. The number 4 associated with the 4th house of the zodiac. Even right now as I'm talking, we have a Sagittarius moon right now, and that's sitting directly at your 4th house cusp. Like in this very moment, I know the moon moves very quickly, but I mean, the moon in the 4th house, that's where it likes to be, right? So here we have this homey vibe. And I know that, Virgos can go so many different ways. It's so versatile. I often see the same thing with Gemini as well. It's like you can have the super social Virgos that really enjoy being out there, being of service, being with people, connecting with family. And they do their hermit mode thing as needed, right? But then you can have the extreme Virgos, the ones that really, like I would classify myself, so to speak, in this sort of version of Virgo, right? That is really prefers to be in an environment that they have control over. And usually that's their home environment or with their close friends and family. And I think you're going to prefer, every Virgo is going to prefer to be more in that environment right now, because there's a safety quality there, and they want to control the energy around them. They want to control their vibrations. And because it's so difficult to control the vibrations of other people, it's best to just sort of separate from that stuff. Man, a lot of coins coming out. Coins, for me, as more of a, I don't know how to classify myself anymore. I'm certainly not a reader that focuses only on the literal translations of the cards. I don't necessarily focus on the relationship aspect all the time, but I'm more like a consciousness reader, I suppose, is sort of what I'm turning into. And the coins represent, it's kind of like the combination of the wand, which is the spirit, the cups, which is the heart, the swords, which is the mind. The combination of these 3 things manifests in reality. Right, the earth. Earth represents our physical reality. It represents the worldly things. And, when we're not in alignment, we can manifest some crappy physical world situations. When we're super happy and everything's going well, we can manifest high quality things. And right now, you seem to be separating yourself from the need or the desire to manifest things in the physical realm altogether, where your main focus is purely alignment of spirit, head, and heart, without any true regard of what happens outside. because there's just this faith that if I'm happy and if I am whole, then that is all that matters. And an extreme level of attention is being paid to the energy around you, your home environment. Some of you may even be, we do have Venus transiting into your sign on July 10th, all right? So there is going to be a lot of attention being paid on the aesthetic of your world. Cleaning up your home, taking care of your physical appearance, cutting your hair, like taking care of all the beauty things, buying new clothes maybe, just to make you feel better. And I know that that's like a material thing, and I'm trying to but it's how you feel about yourself, right? Venus is also very much about justice and balance. She is about self-worth, internal balance, internal justice, holding yourself up to high standards of existence, which you do anyway. And a card of Aquarius. I know you're dealing with people, you guys. I know it. I know you are. And I know that your sense of stability is challenged or will be challenged because this is rocky stuff. This is not easy stuff, First of all, whoever you're dealing with, this is an Aquarius card. And it makes sense that it's coming out, card of Aquarius. We have Mars, a man, right? Mars is the man or the masculine. Coming out, so the king quality makes sense. Someone, doesn't have to be an Aquarius, guys, it can be any sign, but someone who is more Aquarian-like. Again, Virgo and Aquarius have like a weird connection, a very strange relationship. And the strangeness of that connection seems to be manifesting in some way. I feel like there is some kind of offer on the table for you from this person because of this and because of this. But you do seem to be stepping away. There also seems to be some kind of doubt as to whether or not stepping away is the right thing. Please know that it is. If this does not serve your soul, if it does not make your soul feel happy, don't do it. Don't participate. It's too much. A king of swords can be a lot. It can be a lot for a Virgo to handle because there's this constant kind of underlying energy that kind of doesn't really disappear of wanting to be good enough. But the King of Swords, if you know the story of Uranus, he gave birth to 3 gods, and one of them was Saturn, right, or Kronos. And Kronos actually, anyway, hold on. So he gives birth to these gods, and he's so disgusted by their appearance and their sort of mortal quality that he cast them out of the sky. He cast them away, threw them away. Kronos ends up killing Uranus, castrating him, and throwing him into the ocean, or throwing his testicles, I guess, into the ocean. And so he has a sense of bitterness, there is a sense of loss of power, and there is definitely a sense of, that was a very bastardized version of that story, guys. Just FYI, if you want to know the real story, just Google it. He has incredibly high standards that he himself does not even understand. And that can be incredibly dangerous for a Virgo to play with, because a Virgo holds itself up to such high standards anyway. And these are like impossibly high. You can never live up to what this person thinks they're missing. Okay? This is an opportunity for you to rebirth yourself. This is an opportunity to awaken and to declare yourself free. Free from the hold or the effect that this person has on you. It might make you feel a little bit bad in the beginning. It might not make you feel the best. I think there may be some sense of loss, which is why there's oscillation and decision happening here. Clearly this person is associated with this decision. And maybe this is even you asking for opinion. What should I do about this person? But then you get the opinions that you want, and maybe like, I don't know if that's what I want, you know. But I do see you moving away. I see you releasing something. The card of truth. You know what you need to do, Virgo. You know what needs to happen. Sadness, yes. Perhaps sadness of a chance that you never got. Wow, look at all these aces. Look how beautiful. Sadness of the chance that you never got. Sadness of the offer you never got. Sadness of the release itself. It's okay to be a bit melancholy. I think you're good at being melancholy, Virgo. Especially with Saturn and Pluto and Capricorn right now. It makes sense. Melancholy earth signs. You know, it's okay to be that way. I do feel like this person is going to be offering you something, but you need to really, really reconsider what that is and what that means for you. Remember how I was saying how you seem to be rejecting or really not caring about the physical world manifestation of the head, heart, spirit alignment, but rather the alignment itself is the goal. This is going to challenge that alignment because this is something that may satisfy your immediate desire. It's something that may satisfy your ego's desire, something that you're wanting right now. They're definitely going to be offering you, I don't know what it is, but there's going to be something. An opportunity to travel, a new business idea, a new romance, an opportunity to have sex, an opportunity to connect some way, shape, or form. But it never worked out in the past, did it? Something never really fit. It didn't quite work out. Something was always, you were always left grasping with the King of Swords. It's always the case. Always left grasping. Are they a good person? Yes. But they might not really understand their true nature. And it's possible that they weren't necessarily being responsible with their effect they had on you, because clearly it was reversing you, right? They're a good person, but they have a negative effect. And that's not healthy for you, not healthy for your soul, okay? So a lot of things to clarify in the comprehensive, which we'll put the link down below. Definitely the King of Swords will get clarified. The fives, the 2, okay, all these will get some extra attention in the comprehensive. So I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys with that. I wish you absolutely nothing but the best this month. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.